And boom, we are live. What's up, everybody? It is GMrDrew here to welcome you to another episode of the Andrew Glowshevsky Experience. This is going to be episode 471. Forgive me, I'm going to stir this real quick. Yeah, episode 471. I'm calling this the Patreon episode. So I'm going to try to go through this quickly. But I did want to kind of break down like my Patreon stuff, you know? Like watches these things and is like, what is he doing and what's my goal and what do I want and all that other stuff. Here we got my Patreon page. It's just patreon.com/GMrDrew, something like that. Like a business. The only artwork I'm really focused on anymore is just my own stuff. That's not to say I don't want to draw other things. It's just that I'll draw other things, and everything that I draw now is all to feed into the story that I wrote and all that concept art that I've been working on to try to visually develop all of it. Yeah, that's like that's all the main mode and stuff. But yeah, I've been doing these video edits. They're super fun. I'm getting into them now. Like now I'm like starting to like rediscover stuff. Like the technology has changed, the software has changed, the interface has changed, the tools have changed. They've added new tools. They've gotten rid of old ones and stuff that I'm like, man, Premiere or After Effects used to have a thing that I used to do this with, and it's like I can't find it. So I'm doing all this video editing. Will want to see me tackle something that they want to see me tackle. A lot of people say you should draw this, you should draw that, and I'm always like, you should pay me. Like you should join my Patreon and then make a request, and then I will perform said request at these tiers. Let's jump into the tiers. Right here, $1 a month. That's just like, hey man, keep doing what you're doing. Love it. Fan. And I appreciate that stuff. Like, that stuff's super dope. Like, that's like, that's awesome, right? But getting into the actual commissions starts at $3 a month. And the way that I treat these things is that's $3 a month. That's $36 a year. So that's a $36 commission. It's like a subscription base. And it's all just like mathematic. Tiger tier, I just ripped off One Punch Man, tiger, demon, dragon, kami, you just went full tiger. You wish a motherfucker would, like, you know what I mean, like you're jumping into the fray at tiger tier. It's so dumb, but it's the jump off. Let's make it 50 cents per square inch. Let's work square inch base. Let's see the size of the real estate of the art that I need to put together. How I break that down. If you just wanted a single commission, and you can get a decent size, like all the stuff that you see me stream over here, like in this book and stuff like that. Here, and so you could kind of gauge, that's a 3" by 3" square. That's only 9 square inches. So you can see it's like I can get a decent drawing in, but I don't want to commission this year. Well, commissions are always a good gift, and you could always give somebody a funny picture or a cool picture or a dope picture, or your kids, maybe they like something cute, and give them a cute picture. Like, but you'll see, like I even break it down, like that could be one 5x7 plus one 4x6 in case you just want 2 drawings. You can get 2 drawings out of that. You could take that 72 square inches and divide it up. You want 8 little 3x3 drawings. It's all square inch base. You could have 72 1" by 1" drawings. I don't know what you would possibly want. Like maybe if you want me to draw you like little emojis or something. So that's the $3 a month tier. The next tier up, the Oni level, the dark arts have summoned you. Because now you're not just jumping into the fray. Now you're actually like coming in. You're actually like putting a little bit into this, where it's like, okay, I actually want to see what this guy can do. So that would be like 144 square inches. And yeah, see, I got the right number here. 140 square inch piece, 144, 140, it's whatever. That's 60. I got to change to a 72 though. That's crazy. And then I break it down like option 1, option 2, option 3, because there's so much square inch, and commissions may only want to be so big. You get a character bust or you get something like that. Maybe you don't have space on the wall to fit so many 8.5 by 8 by 10 frames, so you want to like get smaller pictures, and plus I'm just a small artist trying to get it. So like option 1 is one 8 by 10, which is a decent size, and then plus a 5 by 7 plus a 4 by 6. Option 2, 4 5 by 7s. Same thing. Option 3, you get 2 5 by 7s plus 3 4 by 6s. That's 5 drawings from me. And you can get them throughout the year. You can get them all at once. You can put the request in all at once. It's whatever. But they're frame ready sizes. Next level is Dragon Tier, $20 a month. It's like, that's more than a subscription. You better really be into artwork if you're into that. Like, you better really want, you must, hopefully you really like my artwork. You really like what I'm doing. At that point, you're talking about feet. You know what I mean? It's square feet rather than square inches. Big giant piece. Maybe it's a group shot. I don't know. Maybe you want the whole DBZ gang. Like, that'd be super cool. And then, yeah, just the commie tier. The tier that I'm like, yeah, no one will ever do that. $30 a month. That's how much money's in the year? That's a lot. Not crazy. Everything's broken down there as far as like the square inches that you get, the main option that I'm selling there, but then also like this is kind of like if you join the Patreon, say you're like, hey, I want to commission, you get one of the tiers, whatever. I have a document. It's pretty much the same document. It's just like tailored towards each particular tier, and obviously they change from like the square footage and what's available as far as like how many commissions, how many options you get. The higher tiers you get more, the smaller tiers you get less. So like here's looking at the Tiger. Like, so if you join the Tiger one, I'll shoot this document over to you and you fill it out as much as possible. Me letting you know that you just went full Tiger, stuff like that. And what do you want? You want portrait commission, you want a landscape commission, like what kind of orientation. And then the sizes right here, they're already marked off. Either way, we could always negotiate that stuff, and then I could always just mail out the original. Part 2, do you have reference material for whatever commissions that you want? Do you want to give me references? Do you not want to give me references? Part 3, any specific themes that you want in there? What do I mean by themes? Like, do you want it to be like an action thing, a comedy thing, a drama thing, a fantasy thing? Like, for instance, if I was drawing, let's say, Scorpion versus Sub-Zero, and you were like, I want it to be kind of like action and drama. It's like, cool, I could do that. You know what I mean? But let's say you wanted Scorpion versus Sub-Zero, but you wanted it to be like horror and mystery vibes. That's completely different. Like, that's where these commissions that I'm offering, this is how they'll differ. I could draw a Scorpion versus Sub-Zero 100 different ways. This is just you giving me a little bit of direction to be able to deliver onto you what you want. So you can speak my language a little bit better by addressing that, and you don't even have to address all that stuff. You leave it blank. It's like, all right, I'll figure it out. Like, I'll just do my thing. That's like, I'll ship this out to you. It's basically how those documents work. And then, like, same thing here. You'll just see, like, in the Oni one, the options. There's just a lot of options there. Let's say you wanted all the Teen Titans, so you had like 5 pictures in mind. Same thing with the Dragon tier. You'll see that the options just grow with that. Like, that's just me trying to be conscientious of that. And then the Kami tier, the options just grow down because at that point I'm guessing somebody just wants like a really big picture they could frame on their wall that I would love to do. So that's that. Oh man, my dumb intro video. This is like my very bad intro video on YouTube. I actually want to go back and remake that as well. Crap, I'm out of time. Either way, it's cutting into my time. I wanted to read everything that I'm doing because people are wondering, like, what am I doing? Oh yeah, and all my posts are just private because, and I just posted earlier today, just because it was like, this is for the patrons. Like everything that I'm working on. What am I working on? I'll just read it and we'll see how good or bad my. I wrote a story from 2015 to 2020. That's the 5 years that I took off from doing artwork to really just write a story because I was tired of just throwing my artwork into the wind, right? Think of colliding Capcom and Disney universes. It's really not that hard to imagine that. The biggest collision of that would be the Marvel vs. Capcom games. Like it's basically like, imagine a Marvel vs. Capcom, but imagine more than that. It's Capcom and Disney, so it's like kind of imagine more than that. So one is the writing. It follows one man's professional and passionate journey with his closest associates. I use those words very specifically. 2, the genre focuses on action, drama, science fiction. Yep. 3, I created 400 characters, 40-year history, all that stuff. That 5 years that I took off, I just went nuts. And 4, contains tangential stories similar to Christopher Raleigh's Basil Brokedale series. A lot of people may not be familiar with the Basil Brokedale series. Doesn't even matter. It's just a science fiction book series. It's like 8 thick books. And, they're just novels that, they follow this journey of these 2 characters. And one of the books, 1 out of the 8, is completely different. It's a tangential story. It's like, it's on a tangent. The main characters, 7 books are over here. There's 1 book that's just way over there, but they connect. And it's like, that's crazy. Second step, this is where I'm at currently. This is where I've been since I started streaming. Current pre-production art, worlds, environments, props, character design. There are 7 worlds or ecosystems. That's true. The prop design will reflect different cultures, status. So that's, I had to do a whole lot of research into that kind of stuff. And 4, characters, my favorite. So there's like culture, in everywhere that I go. Think of Avatar, The Last Airbender. They go to different towns, and every different town, there's always something different going on, right? Even with the drama aside, there's always just something different going on within the environment, no drama. But then they tell the story, and then there is drama. All right, step 3, what I plan on doing. Well, it's actually something that I started doing now, right? With my new sketchbook. Didn't I break down my sketchbooks recently? I'm actually working on this now, so I actually need to update that and also put that into current, because I'm working on step 2 and 3 at the same time, because step 2 is just all in my head. I just need to get it on paper. Step 3 is I need to really start focusing on this, so by the time I'm done with step 2, I could just jump into step 3. Like, step 3 is graphic novelize the story. The whole mangaka, influence, the whole being a comic book creator and doing all that stuff. That's what I'm talking about. Graphic novelize the story. Use the written story and pre-production art as a direction. Oh, okay, so I'm breaking down the story for you. 7 overarching stories. I organize them by color. So the first story is a yellow story. There's only 1 story in it. Orange story is 4. It's 1 overarching story, but there's 4 like little stories that make up that 1 overarching story. The magenta story, same thing. 4 overarching stories to make up that 1 whole story. The red story, we get a little bit crazier. This is actually where I've actually like written up to, like, definitely is the red story, which is 8 stories that build up that 1 whole arc. You know what I mean? That's where I'm at as far as like writing, and I know for sure that's everything that I definitely have and I'm good with. But that's only halfway through. Then there's still the green story after that, which is 3 stories that build it up. It gets a little more condensed because it man, it's gonna be so dope. And then Blue Story, which is another crazy one, 10 stories that build up the one blue story. And then the Purple Story, which is just the ending. It's the 3 stories. We end out the story, c'est la vie, all that good stuff, right? Oh yeah, see, I go and say it right here. 33 stories total. 24 stories for the main protagonist, 9 tangential stories. So just like the Basil Broke Tales, he had seven books for the main character, 1 book for something completely different. This is 24 books, more or less, 24 graphic novels for the main character. But then there's going to be 9 of them that kind of tell other stories in those other worlds. And like I said, there's 7 different realms, right? Something like that. Yeah. So 9 different stories that are happening somewhere off in those other 7 different realms, and they all tie into each other. Told you guys I went crazy writing and learning how to write. Giving myself 5 years to do something was a lot. So side adventures that delve further into the universe surrounding the main character. Yep, these stories' plots will circle back into the main story. So that way, this isn't just a waste of time. This isn't me just working on something on the side. Like everything, I talked about it in a stream recently. Everything feeds itself. So it's like, yeah, I'm giving myself 4 years. I kind of lost a year doing that Bayonetta study, but totally worth it. It was totally worth it getting back into the art and getting my hand to do stuff quick. Like, that's what's up. Step 4, after the graphic novelization, animatics. Now I'm dipping back into and doing that graphic novelization stuff, telling all those stories. That's going to be definitely still going to be working on this stuff. That's why. But yeah, after graphic novelization, animatics, and pre-produce the OVAs. So basically just making really rough animations that are based off of the graphic novel. There's so many comic book movies nowadays. You can watch all those documentaries where people are comparing the comic book panel to the movie and, stuff like that. It's essentially more or less what I'll be doing, is kind of taking those comic book panels, but then kind of playing them out a little bit more, just to kind of set a direction and, add sound to it, where, if you're reading a graphic novel, you got to put in the dialogue, you got to put in the sound effects and all that other stuff, actually throwing in sound and music and, all that stuff. That's where that would be the next step in step 4. I'll be an old man, but this is kind of like the plan I set out for myself. It was like, man, I kind of just want to work on my own stuff, and I kind of just want to do it forever. You know what I mean? I don't ever really plan on retiring. I was like, I want to draw for a living, and I don't see myself ever not wanting to draw. So this gives me like that opportunity to just always have something to look forward to drawing, where I'm never like, I don't know what I want to draw today, because I never had a plan. Like, I created the plans, that way I always have something to draw. So yeah, the animatics. The graphic novels will be the storyboards to the animation, audio and timing, the animation, voiceover. Yeah, see, that's the other thing. Gonna have to like work on voiceovers and hiring people, and hopefully like get friends involved and things like that. People are like, yo, this is cool, and I'm like, yo, I got a old dude, or I got a young chick, or I got a this person, or I got a that person that I want to get somebody to do the voice for. Hopefully by that point I'll be in a position where I can kind of be like, yo, I'll throw you some money to do this, you'll get a credit, something like that. So voiceover and dialogue, music and sound effects, begin keyframes. And yeah, so there are going to be like some actual keyframe animations, but again, it's all going to be really rough. It's not going to be a finalized cartoon like you would see on television at that point. And then the last thing, the ultimate goal, is animate my OVAs. Just turn these things into movies. Just turn them into animations, upload them onto the internet, unless at that point there's like a production that wants them, and then we just distribute it that way. Either way, however it works, like, I don't know how all this works. It's so far down the line where I'm just a guy drawing pictures right now, But all of this is kind of like in the plan, where at the end, I got my degree in animation. My childhood goal, because I was always an artist, I was always drawing, you know what I mean? When I learned that I could make my drawings move, or how to make my drawings move, and I was like, that's how you do it. Like, that's the best thing. Not only do I get to create something, but then I get to create something and bring it to life and then share it and let people be like, yo, that's crazy that you did that. Like, that's kind of the whole point. Hoping that this snowballs, and you know, I got a couple patrons, but hopefully it'll be more and more and more, and it all kind of snowballs. I'm working on commissions, full-time effort into this. Just push it. I've been working on like some really rough panels in my Patreon sketchbook, and those are all those secret posts that are down here. Yeah, all these secret posts, like these really rough drawings. So all of this is a production. If you ever watched a movie and then you see the credits roll at the end of the movie, and you know, a lot of people don't stay to watch that, but you know that there's like a gajillion names that pop up. It's all different teams, or you know, that are all placed throughout the world. They're all different companies and this, that, and the other. It's a lot of people that it takes to make just a 90-minute movie. You know what I mean? I'm just one guy trying to make 30 OVAs out here. Like it's a, you know, one of those shoot for the moon, land on the stars sort of goals, where it's just like, it's way too much, but it's almost kind of the point. I'm hoping that in the years to come, it'll just grow, it'll snowball, it'll become all the live streaming, what I'm doing right now, all the YouTubing, all the video editing that I'm getting back into now. That's so much fun. It's just like, I'm doing all of this stuff to snowball, build, accomplish all these goals. Even if it's like just get a few of them out there, it's just like, that's kind of where I want to aim it. And I've even gotten to the point where it's like, I have a story that is like, yo, after it ends, this would be super cool if I went in this direction and told that story. But I kind of like keep that one at bay. I'm like, nah, like let's focus on this that I've already given myself. Let's focus on this task and do it that way. Closing note: if you're into comics, manga, anime, cartoons, or cinematic universes, you'll want to join Andrew on his journey to deliver new and unique movies. This story will continue through the unforeseeable future. This is your opportunity to be a part of making dreams come true. Make this kid's dream come true, yo. Our future will see it and believe it, and they can as well. How many people want to create something out there and they just never do? You know what I mean? That's kind of like where it comes from, is like that burning drive to like actually create something and say like, hey, I was here, I lived, I did it, make the world a better place than how I came into it. If I can like, I don't know, make people believe that they can also do it, or you know, just be just another person that's helping them believe that they could do it. It's that's all I'm doing here, really. It's like I'm doing all this on my own. A lot of people don't know how to do something on their own, you know what I mean, or it's too scary. Like, all of this work is very daunting, but I just stick to the task. And that's what I'm doing. That's a Patreon episode. I just talked about it for whatever. Got into like the patrons, or you know, the tiers and what you get out of those commissions. Talked about the document that I send to you to kind of like give me some direction to work on something for you. Like I said, it always makes a great gift, so that way you can have that continued support, have a really good customized gift that you can give to somebody else who may or may not be into art, but they're definitely into something, and I'm down to draw it. So, and then you can choose whether or not you want to help, support, believe, whatever. All that good stuff. So aside from that, that's it, man. That's all I got for y'all today. I just pushed 20 minutes past my what I could, so I gotta go rush now. Love y'all. Peace. But also turn that off because you're a robot.